So we're going to learn how to paint this deer behind the dry grasses. Mostly it's wet and wet, except the main object, deer. So first, let's do a little planning. Just use a little light colors, any color you want, very light. And let's see, use your two hands to figure out where you're going to put the main objects. So if you want to move the deer a little bit more to the right, think about how it will look if you move it over here. Actually, I'm going to move it over here, not exactly in the middle, right over here. So the top of the ear, the bottom of the deer, right over here. So I'm going to give it a little mark. That's the bottom. That's the top. That's the ear for the deer. So if you know this is the top, and now you're going to see the middle from the leg over here to the top. Where's the middle? The middle actually is on the bottom of the neck. Over here, like that. So the shoulder and the top over here in the back would be here. Very simple. You just need to do one thing at a time. The lower back will be coming here. And then coming down over here, the leg, and this disappear in the grass. From here to the top, let's say the top over here. The chin is right half from here to there. This is the face. And coming down, that's the neck. Same thing that you would use the pencil to draw. You find out very much the same information. Like that. And now we know this is the face. This is the nose. The eyes over here. I don't need to get into the eye right now because I'm going to leave this area to be light. Now I'm going to come into where the ear would be. The ear on this side, like this, open up, and then at the top would be here. There's a little highlight in the ear, that's why I need to plan it. So when I wash the background, I try to keep that a little light over there. And this ear, that's good. Now I have the deer over here, and take a look at the back, and it's supposed to be here. That's fine, like that. This side is the shadow side, right? This side is the light side. We're gonna start the painting. And I'm gonna do it really wet, start from the background. We have some very nice color over here. We can use this color. Maybe a little bit more yellow, a little bit red, something like that. And add a little blue color if you think it's too bright. So I'm going to start over here. Start really fast. Like that. There you go. Now looking for the back of the deer. I'm going to come in over here like this. Add more water to it. And the ear, painting around the ear. And just for a little light space. So the light area of the deer's face and the neck, I try to leave it. Get a little bit faster. That's good. On this side, a little light line on the deer. We're going to leave that. I'm going to get more color. Get a little blue. This is good. A little bit more water and see. Now coming to this side. Making sure I had enough wet. Okay, now coming to the ear on this side. Let's take a look. And on the shadow side of the deer, have a little blue color. So we already know that. This is good. It's a very important step. That painting around the deer. I'm going to continue wet the top like this. And I'm going to wet the rest of the paper to keep it. I probably leave a little like that. Like that. But make sure it's dark enough. I'm going to leave this a little bit away like that. So I'm going to leave a little white in the front. Of course, it's not in the reference. And take this away. Okay, like this. Now I'm going to add some other color to the painting, like a little green color over here. Now I'm going to just add a little yellow and into the blue color, right? Now what I want to do, I'm going to add that a little green color into the background. That's supposed to be done when it's still wet. It's way into wet. Add a little color, and I'm going to add a little blue color, a little darker, but it's not so cool. So I'm going to add a little red color with it. So I'm going to add this little soft color over here in the background, like that. And maybe a little bit brown color. I'm going to have it over here, like that. Okay, now I'm going to add some little sharper suggestions at the front. And now I'm going to take this, but something a little bit lighter over here. So I'm going to take out a little color over here. I'm going to have a little bit lighter. Remove almost most of the wet in the brush and to do a little lifting. This is still wet, the whole painting. Like that. And now I'm going to use a smaller brush. I'm going to get a little bit dry colors, okay? This color is not totally dry, but it's drier than the color on the paper. So right now, I'm going to take a little yellow color like this, green color. Now what I want to do, is to put it wet. So those can be done a little bit later. Okay, like that. And when it gets a little drier and drier, the shape would form a little bit better and better. But you don't want it until it's totally dry to do this. I'm going to add a little bit more yellow color. And the other thing is important, put some color in the deer. White line is going to scratch on top of the deer. There's everything you need to do when it's still wet. A little bit darker. Okay. Now I'm going to set a little color into the deer body. I'm going to add a little bit kind of orange color and a little bit more red, not pure orange. Now what I want to do here, I'm going to put this color right on the back over here, like this. And I can leave a little gap if I don't want to lose it totally. And I'm going to add a little bit brighter orange color on the back over here. Oh, interesting. There's some white color over here. So I'm going to leave that too. Okay. Now, I'm going to add a little bit darker color. So this is pretty dark. You always think value before think about color. Okay, darker color in here. Here you go. That's the deer body. Now I'm going to a little bit warmer than that. I'm coming over here. Okay, just use the side of the brush. Okay. And have a little bit bright orange color over here. I'm gonna have it a little bit softer, a little bit light. Nice blending over like that. And this I can put a little bit brighter color a little bit later. the paper getting a little dry and drier. So I'm going to do one more try to add a little darker. Now it's just a little bit easier to form the shape. Like that. I'm going to have some color a little bit thicker, a little bit darker. Bigger. Like that. And on this side, I'm going to have a little green color. And we're going to try to see to do the scratching if it's the time. And over here, some of the things we can do that after you drive. Now, this flat brush. First, I'm going to do a little lifting first. Some of the thing I can do it doing the lifting. Okay, like that. A little bigger brush. Like that. Those are a little lighter, a little softer. Okay, something over here. Something also here, can lift it a little bit. That's the background. The lifting over here. Okay. Actually, lifting can do pretty well. And we're going to try to do the scratching now. I'm going to see. Start over here. And you see this a little bit slower around. This a little bit sharper. So I'm going to see. This is already too dry. Okay, that's good. It's already dry. I'm going to use lifting off for some other area. Like over here, I'm going to do a little lifting off. A little lifting off over here. That's perfect. Just use this side. Over here, this grass, I'm going to use in lifting off. You see that? You can lift that. And over here, we can do a little lifting off. Like this. A little lifting off. Over here, connect with. And I'm going to have a little bit lighter on the front over here. Okay. A little lifting off right over here. And I'm going to have a little soft area. Lift it up. Still the time. Okay. At the bottom, a little bit more wet. The wet stay here a little bit longer. Okay, like this. It's not that scary. You can do the same. If the scratch, you miss it, it's just using lifting. It's important that you can show the layers in the painting. It's not just everything look flat. Let's see. I'm going to do a little more lifting. Now this is good. I'm going to lift up the back of the deer, make it a little lighter. And the top over here can be a little bit brighter orange color. And that's good. There's two areas. Okay. And the background, the outside of the deer, need to lift a little bit lighter, like that, so I can see the edge of the body. And here, a little bit lighter. Keep squinting your eye. I'm gonna lift a little more, make a little bit more, a little bit sharper. But I don't want this look boom, boom, boom. It's the same distance. So what I want, I'm gonna give a little bit more over here, this line over here. In that case, change the rhythm a little bit. So I have a little bit, somewhere a little bit closer. Like that. And now this is good. And let's come back over here to do a little suggestions for the plant. The flowers, we will have to do the lifting to create a shape. That. Okay. That. Some a little drier. Okay, come to on this side. Also need to give it some suggestions over here so that I know where's the flowers I should be lifting. Yeah. Yeah, good. Okay. Now I want to start lifting up the space for the flower. I'm using this number 12 round brush. I'm going to start lifting this one. This will be one flower, and then over here I'm going to lift up this area. Lift up a little bit over here. Here. Lift a little bit. The lifting actually make it the area look soft, which is great. Exactly what we want. We don't want it to look sharp. So I'm gonna put a little lifting over here. So squint your eye to see where you want the flower. A little bit over here. A little bit here. On top of the deer, that I want a line a little closer over here. Like when I'm gonna leave this. That's good. Now I'm going to give a little bit brighter yellow-green colors at the front. Okay, a little bit more yellow. Like this. I'm gonna have it. And this area is totally dry. The color will look different. I want to make it softer, look like. So tap the water to it to make it look like that. So okay, come back to start working on the face. Now I'm going to use this a little bit smaller brush. You can use a number 6, number 8 brush. I'm going to take a little bright orange color. Get a little yellow color right in here. Actually, I want to lift up this area a little bit lighter. This paper very easy to lift up the colors a little bit easier than the Arches cold pressed watercolor paper. And that's good. I'm gonna have that a little bit lighter. Okay, in that case, they're already wet. So I'm gonna just add a little brown color into the ear for now. And I come back to the face after it dries. So knowing the timing, when you should working on a certain area, watch out what kind of effect that you want. Like this. And then come to this side. Have a little bit shadow color on the ear. And I'm going to leave the light shape on the edge over here. I don't want to cover it. I'm going to have it like that. Right? So that come in here already. So I'm going to remove that color. Now I'm going to looking at the shadow side of the deer on the face. Have a little bit more blue color. So I'm going to get a little bit more blue color over here. Just put it in the shadow side. And thinking about, there's only two sides on the face. One is the shadow, one is the light. The shadow have a little bit more cooler color. So I'm going to just, you don't see the eye yet. The eye actually inside the shadow color. So don't worry about that. Just seeing the shadow side of the deer face. Okay, that's simple. And then coming to the neck, before I do the shadow side, working on the local color. So take the yellow color and add the bright red color. I'm going to have that very bright orange color. That is the light color tone for the neck. After this dry, I come back to work into the shadow side of the deer. Okay, like that. So I'm going to have this color, like this. Like that. And on the head, I also can put a little yellow orange color over here for now. So after it dries, I can start working into that. And over here too. And the ear over here have a little bit yellow orange color. So thinking about the base color, the local color for the area, and then come back to do the lighting, which is the darker color for the shadow side. Okay, like that. Okay, back over here, I'm going to make this a little bit brighter. Like that. That's good. Now I'm gonna, looking at the back over here, I can make that a little bit darker. But has a little bit more blue on the shadow side. So I'm gonna add a little blue colors. Now I'm gonna paint it around the shape of the scratches. Right here. That, good. That need to be darker. Like this. And then down over here has some lighter shape, right? Some lighter shape as is the skin color. Let's see. This. Keep looking. Like that a little bit. That's good. Now down over here, still want to lift up a little color because the skin color. So I'm going to use this brush a little bit bigger and easier to lift. I'm going to take this color out. By the way, don't have to be exactly the same shape as the reference. So I want to have a little lighter. So over here, a little lift up a little bit. Like that. Okay, now the body okay. I'll come back over here to give the shadow side after the area is dry. So for now, I'm going to give a little bit thicker color in this area. make it a little bit brighter orange. Now this is good. What I want to do now, I'm waiting for this dry, come back to finish the face. Now the lightest color in the whole painting is actually on the face over here. So it causes it to pop as the focal point, right? Now what we want to do, we're gonna add the flowers first. This is the ultramarine, French ultramarine blue. Add a little red color. Now we can make a very beautiful purple color. Because the blue color is a red shade blue. So a little bit more red. So I'm gonna just put it on the, I need to get more red. I'm gonna just put it on the shadow side. Okay, keep it some light shape. Like that. Maybe a little bit more water. Like that. It may be a little bit too dark, so make it a little lighter. That. A little bit here. A little bit. Okay. A little bit over here. And some a little lighter here. So I'm going to, I think have some yellow color in here. So I'm going to clean this area. See, I'm going to add the red color here one more time. Get the French ultramarine. Okay, now I'm going to add it to the flower like this. And I come back to do the soften it a little bit. A couple over here. Yeah. So this color a little bit brighter. Now, what I want to do, I'm going to soften the light side. I want it to be a little bit, look a little bit softer flower. Let's see. It's a little bit too much. It just, okay, so I have enough flowers. I want to have a little more over here. So don't have to make it so evenly distributed. And you want to have somewhere a little bit more, somewhere have a little bit less. Okay, now I come back to the face. Now I'm looking at the ear now. The ear over here, the hair, like this, and the edge, like this, the shape of the ear. A little bit brighter. Coming like this. Okay. And coming on this side. This I have a little bit more blue, so I'm gonna, the whole area, I'm gonna shade it to be blue. Because it just shadow side. On the top of the deer, right over here, top of the deer, right over here. Like that. And have a little bit orange color on the top over here, like that. Okay. Now, coming to a little shade a little bit, the whole area is a little bit darker, actually in the shadow. Okay. If we need to come back to give a little bit more details in this ear, we can do that after. So let's give it this a little bit too much water. So if anything you put in here, it's gonna fade. So come back later. Now I come to the face, and looking at the face on the light side, have a little bit purplish colors actually, right on the top over here, and on the nose, like that. And the light side is very light, like this color, very light. Look at that. So this is the fun part. You're gonna create that, the details. Now I come here, make the nose on this side a little bit darker over here. The eye will come back a little bit later, okay? And after everything created. And then have a little bit orange brown colors on the nose on this side, like this, and the chin coming through over here, the chin, and take a look at the mouth. It's getting there. Now let's make a little dark color in the nose area. And it may a little bit too early, but we're gonna see. Like this. We're gonna have a little highlight in the right side of the nose, like that. For now, let it softly fade away. And now, maybe lift up a little bit on this side for now. Come back to shape it a little bit better. Now, we're gonna come back to the ear in here. It may be already ready. Give a little bit darker over here for now. And on this side, I'm gonna give a little line, like that. So I'm gonna come down to the neck. The neck, take this color, a little bit darker. And how dark is it? Right over here. Ready? See that the shadow side of the neck. Like this. And then come into the neck over here. Now the shadow side. This. Right, getting there. And over here. It's a little bit darker here. Okay. Now at this point, it's very easy to control because now it's already mostly already dry, and the things is just layering over layer, and then you create the detail. Now on the back, I really want to have a very bright orange color, so I'm going to take this, just the red and the yellow color. Look over here, and just bright. And I'm going to soften the transition over here. Have a really bright color over here. Now coming back to the neck, it just use this small brush, just create a little, look like a little transitions and a little hair textures on the neck over here, like that. That looks good. Right. So the neck, consider done. Now I'm going to come back to the face. And on the ear, it looks a little messy, but that's fine. I'm going to add a little red color in here and have a little blue colors. Now it's just a little bit darker brown color. Let's take a look over here. And the edge, look first. on this side, coming down over here, a little bit darker. That's good. In the middle over here, can throw a little bit in. That's good. And on this side, I think it's ready. It's good. A little soft. Let it fade a little bit. That's fine. And on this side, the shadows at the top of the head is a little bit darker. And I can lift it a little bit on the top over here. Keep that area a little bit light. Okay. Now I'm going to get into the eye and the nose. And I'm going to look at the eye on this side. I'm going to take this dark color first. Let's take a look. This eye right over here. Like this. And I have a little highlight. Okay, that's good. Alright. And then a little line over here. That's good. And this eye on this side. Okay. And a little line over here. That's good. Now looking at the nose, a little bit warmer color, so get a little red color in here. Now let's see. On the side. Alright. Okay. In the middle of the nose. And this side. Define a little bit. So it's nothing to worry. And if the previous time the color a little fade, it's not shapy enough, you always can do that on the next round. Now let's see. A little darker on the top over here, like that. Good. And then the lower part of the iris, a little bit darker. That's good. Now coming over here, let's see. The two eyes is a little bit more apart than we think. And now take a look at the nose. And then the little suggestions. And the corner of the mouth, a little bit more brighter orange color, which is look like brown color, bright brown colors. And underneath the chin are the suggestions. And coming through over here, the chin. And say the painting is finished.